What's up everybody, this is Brian with Convenience Mobile Detailing, and I just finished the Honda Accord behind me. It has been a day of cleaning, and we're going to show you all of that in this video. On this particular car, we had to do pretty much everything top to bottom. Full paint restoration, buffing, wet sanding, shampooing the carpets, cleaning out the seats, leather conditioning. We had to do everything. It was a pretty dirty car. We're going to show you that in this video. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, turn the notifications on. If you have any comments, leave them below. We'll make sure to look at all of those and get to any questions that you might have. And without further ado, we're going to get right into this video and show you what all we had to do on this Honda Accord today. Thank you very much. Let's get after it. So I began wet sanding on the trunk area. You can see that the paint was in pretty bad shape, so I had to start with a 1500 grit sandpaper. Anytime you're doing this, make sure you go very lightly. You're not going to use a lot of pressure, and make sure you use lots of water. I started with a 1500 grit because the paint was in bad shape. Once I completed sanding an entire area with the 1500 grit sandpaper, I moved to a 2000 grit sandpaper and did the exact same thing. Once I finished wet sanding, I cleaned the area very well, made sure that it was completely dry before I started my buffing process. When I started the buffing process, I used a heavy cutting pad with a high grit, high cutting compound. Then I switched to a medium cut pad with a medium cutting compound, and then I switched again to a polishing pad with a polishing compound from there. Wiped everything off, made sure that it was completely clean of all the residue and the oils from the compounds. And then you can see here the difference, so from one side to the next. Now it wasn't quite done yet, but you can see the contrast. It turned out very well. I eventually had to do the same thing across really the entire car and did a lot of work. The hood was in pretty rough shape because the water spots had really been on there so long that they etched into the paint, but with a little bit of persuasion from the wet sanding and the buffer, it came out just fine. Now the interior of this vehicle presented its own challenges. The rear door on the driver's side was stuck shut, so I had to do everything in the back seat from the passenger side, which was challenging, but we got it done. I got everything vacuumed and prepped for the carpet shampooing process. Here you can see I'm spraying everything down with a pre-treat and something that helps the stains get released a little bit better. After I sprayed everything, allowed it to sit for a second or two, I used the drill with the brush to agitate the carpet and get all of the dirt and everything up. Plus it also will remove some of the lighter stains as well. Make sure when you're doing this to use a smaller tip as well so that you can get into all of the corners. I have that, but I don't think I show it in this particular video. And then started the shampooing process, and of course had to work very hard at that, scrub very well, and you can see here that smaller tip that I was talking about on that drill to help get those stains up even better. All in all, the stains came out very well. It was pretty bad, so some of them didn't come up as well as I would want to. My extractor worked just fine, and the vehicle turned out very well. everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any comments, put them below. If you have any recommendations for me, make sure you mention that in the comments. We'll be sure to get all of those. I'm always looking for a way to learn and do things better. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell. Let me know what you think of the Honda Accord, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thank you very much.